Hello everyone. So we have this question number 30 as f of x is equal to 5 when x is less than equal to 2, f of x is equal to ax plus b when 2 is less than x less than 10, and f of x is equal to 21 when x is greater than equal to 10. The function is continuous, it is given in question. Now what we have to do? We have to find a and b, right? So now they have already given that the function is continuous. So what we will do? First of all, we will see if the function is continuous. Then what happens is left hand limit is equal to right hand limit, and that limit, both the limits are equal to that particular function. So now what we are going to do is that first of all we will find at x equal to 2, but it is already continuous. So now we have to find value of a and b. So how we are going to find? Its left hand limit x tends to 2 negative, f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of 2 minus x, right? 2 negative means x is less than equal to 2. So 2 negative, what will be its value? 5. X is less than equal to 2. So its value is 5. Now right hand limit x tends to 2 positive, f of x. So limit h tends to 0, f of 2 plus h, 2 positive, right? So ax plus b. So ax plus b. So f of x is equal to ax plus b, then f of 2 plus x. Wherever we have x, we have to put 2 plus x. So it will be h 0, so 2a plus b. And f of 2, we have 5. So you know that when a function is continuous, then left hand limit, right hand limit, and the limit at that means not limit, the function's value at that point are equal. So here we will get from this left hand limit is 5, right hand limit is 2a plus b, and at that value is 5. So 5 and 5 are same. So this also value must be equal to 5 only. So now from this can we write that therefore 2a plus b is equal to 5. Clear? 2a plus b is equal to 5. Here we have to write because the function is continuous at x equal to 2. Now let us check for x equal to 10. Limit x tends to 2 negative, f of x. Now here limit x tends to not to 10, right? 10. Limit x tends to 10 negative, f of x. Now what will be over here? At x equal to 10, we have limit x tends to 10 left hand limit, that is limit x tends to 10 negative f of x. X less than 10, ax plus b. X less than 10, ax plus b. Right. So what we are going to do? Limit x tends to not x, we will write here h. So let us take one quantity, h is tending towards 0, f of 10 minus x. Now if f of x we have 10 minus x, okay, left hand limit at 10 negative, ax plus b. Wherever x, put 10 minus x, right? So here what you have to do, whenever you have x, you have to put 10 minus x. So a into 10 minus x, this limit here as it is. This limit you write as it is. Now we put h equal to 0. So a into 10 minus 0 plus b. 10a plus b. Right? So left hand limit we have got as 10a plus b. Now right hand limit. Limit x tends to 10 positive f of x. Limit h tends to 0 f of 10 plus x. X is greater than equal to 10, so 21. Constant function, so no need to worry about that. And at that point also, f of 10, f x is equal to 10, the function's value is clear. But we did not get our answer still. We have to find the values of a and b. See here 2a plus b equal to 5. Then here 10a plus b equal to 21 can be right. Therefore 10a plus b equal to 21. Now what to do? 2a plus b equal to 5. 10a plus b equal to 21. Consider this as equation 1. Consider this as equation 2. Now what I am doing? Equation 2 minus equation 1. So 10a plus b minus 2a minus b equal to 21 minus 5. So 10a minus 2a, that is 8a, plus b minus b getting cancelled with each other, is equal to 21 minus 5. What is the value of 21 minus 5? 16. A equal to 16 by 8. Clear? I hope so you can see this. What we have done 2 minus 1. So 10a plus b minus 2a minus b. Our answer is 21 minus 5. So 16. 8a is equal to 16. So a equal to 2. So now put a is equal to 2 in any of these equations. So now here if you are keeping a equal to 2 in first one, 2a plus b equal to 5. 2 into 2 plus b equal to 5. 4 plus b equal to 5. b equal to 5 minus 4. b equal to 1. So we have got the values of a and b. Our value of a is equal to 2 and value of b is equal to 1. Clear? So in this question what was given? That is, it was given that this function is continuous. So what we have done, there are 2 points, 2 and 10. So at x equal to 2 we have taken one time. And we know that it is continuous, so all these values are same. 5 and 5 are equal. 2a plus b equal to 5. So at x equal to 10 we have taken that. At x equal to 10 we have got limit, left hand limit, right hand limit, and at that point, so 10a plus b equal to 21. Then what we have done? We have compared the value. We got a equal to 2 and b equal to 1. That's it. So this question looks little bit long, but it is a very easy question, right? So I hope everyone understood this. There is no confusion in this, right? Now what we are going to do, that is, we are going to solve question number 31. Question number 31 is, so that f of x is equal to cos x square is continuous function. Okay, we have to show that function f of x is equal to cos x square. So now in question number 31, what we are supposed to do, that is, so that the function f of x is equal to cos x square is continuous. we need to show that this function cos x square is continuous, right? So now how we are going to show? Did you remember anything? Composite function, right? Composite function. Composite functions concept. I will tell you. If you want, then I will upload one video on composite functions also. See, what is called a composite function? See, in one function there are more than two. It can be two. More than one means it can be. There can be two functions also. There can be three functions also. So how? This f of x, we will divide it into two functions. Let p of x be cos x and q of x is equal to x square. Now don't multiply this, right? It is not in multiply. Cos x into x square, it is different. But we are considering p of x is equal to cos x and q of x is equal to x square. Now why we are doing? Right? Why we are doing this? See, we are considering that p of x is equal to cos x and q of x is equal to x square. Now listen. P of x is equal to cos x. Q of x is equal to x square. Now composite function means p of g of x means p of g of x. See, p of x is cos x. Try to understand very carefully, okay? P of x is cos x. So p of g of x means p of x, wherever x put g of x, but g of x is what? X square. So what we are supposed to do, whenever x is there, we put the value of g of x, that is x square. So what? I hope so it is clear. See, don't make any confusion, right? See, what you have to do, this is something new for you, p of g of x. What is there is, for example, cos x square, right? तो हमने क्या किया है कि हमने दो फंक्शन लिए, ये f of x है, cos x स्क्वायर क्या है? f of x, right? f of x की वैल्यू है cos x square. See, I will tell you. Now you try to understand. f of x, ठीक है, समझ लो कि एक फंक्शन है f of x. Its value is cos x square. That is same function. I am giving you same example. Now इसे हमें दो फंक्शन में डिवाइड करना है, ठीक है? एक फंक्शन है p of x, दूसरा होगा q of x, ठीक है? एक होगा p of x, दूसरा होगा q of x. I hope so this is clear at least. हमें क्या करना है? फंक्शन f of x को, f of x इक्वल टू cos x स्क्वायर है, तो उसे दो फंक्शंस में डिवाइड करना है, राइट? तो एक फंक्शन हम ऐसा नहीं कर सकते cos x एंड cos x, तो cos x स्क्वायर नहीं, ऐसा नहीं कर सकते. सी, क्यों नहीं कर सकते? कि हमें एक फंक्शन लेना है p of x, ठीक है? अगर उसमें हम p of g of x रखेंगे तो फंक्शन सेम मिलेगा. Keep in mind this. We have to take one function p of x such that instead of x, if we put the function g of x, then we get this function. So this you have to understand. So p of x let us take as cos x and q of x let us take as x square. ठीक है? तो p of x में cos x है, अगर मैं cos x नहीं रखता हूँ, ठीक है, cos x में नहीं रखता हूँ, तो उसकी जगह पे g of x रखना है, तो क्या है cos x स्क्वायर. तो मिला ना ये फंक्शन. ये चीज आपको समझनी है यहाँ पे ध्यान से, ठीक है? समझ लो मेरी बात को, समझो ध्यान से. That p of f of x is cos x square, right? f of x is cos x square. तो p of x cos x, g of x cos x square. तो p of x क्या है? cos x. तो you write cos, but don't write this x. अब x की जगह पे क्या रखना है? Instead of x, we have to put this g of x, but g of x value is what? X square. So we got this function. So I have taken a p of x as cos x, g of x is equal to x square. So instead of x, now if you put x square, you are getting this function back. So this is your p of g of x. Now why we are taking? अब आपको ऐसा लग रहा होगा कि हम ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं? Why we are taking? Because हमें पता है कि cos x, सी p of x क्या है, cos x, और g of x क्या है. Now we know that cos x is continuous at all real numbers and x square is also continuous at all real numbers. So अगर ये दोनों फंक्शन कंटिन्यूअस है तो p of g of x भी कंटिन्यूअस होगा. तो इसीलिए हम लोग, हमें cos x square के बारे में पता नहीं है, we don't know, right? So cos x you know that it is continuous and x square you know that it is continuous. So p of g of x, that is cos square, so cos x square, so that is continuous, right? So here you have to write the reason. G of x is polynomial. Okay, so polynomial is continuous and cos x is continuous function at every value of this g of x. So here this function is continuous, right? Because reason you have to write. See reason what you have to write, g of x. Here you will write g of x is a polynomial which is continuous at all real numbers, and p of x is equal to cos x is a continuous function, and p of x is equal to cos x is a continuous function for every value of g of x. So this function f of x is, therefore you have to write, therefore f of x is equal to cos x square is continuous, right? Therefore this function is continuous. I hope so now you understood this. Now question number 32. Same way we have to do, but it is given modulus cos x. Right, now question number 32, what they have given, that is modulus cos x. So for modulus cos x, what we are supposed to do? So for modulus cos x, so this is also a composite function. Let p of x be x and q of x cos x. ठीक है? Why I have written this? ठीक है? First of all you listen. p और g of x means p of x जहाँ पे है वहाँ पे मैं अगर g of x रखता हूँ, ठीक है? तो x कहाँ पे है? मॉड्यूलस के अंदर x है, और अगर x की जगह पे q of x रखा मैंने cos x, so it became. Now modulus x, you know that modulus function is always continuous, that we have discussed, and cos x is also continuous. So here you have to write that therefore g of x is continuous and p of x is continuous for every value of g of x. Therefore f of x is equal to cos x is a continuous function, right? I hope it is clear with you. P of x अगर modulus x है and q of x is cos x, then p of g of x means अगर wherever x is there you have to put g of x, but g of x, what is the value of g of x? Cos x. So it modulus cos x. Now if this p of x and g of x both are continuous, then p of g of x will be continuous. So that is our f of x, nothing but it is f of x. So p of g of x is modulus cos x, that is nothing but it is our given question f of x. Now you check p of x and q of x whether both are continuous or not. Modulus function is always continuous, and cos x, you know that cos x is also a continuous function, therefore this function is continuous function, right? G of x is continuous and p of x is continuous for all the value of g of x, therefore f of x is equal to modulus cos x is a continuous function, right? So now let us move for question number 33. Question number 33 we have same thing, we have to do, it is component function sin modulus x, right? Sin modulus x. Question number 33 we have sin modulus x is given. So question number 33, f of x is equal to sin modulus x. You have your question, that is examine whether the function f of x is equal to sin modulus x is continuous or not. we have to examine whether this function is continuous or not. We don't know if it is continuous or if it is means not continuous, discontinuous. It can be continuous also or it can be discontinuous also. So let us check. Now let p of x be sin x and g of x be modulus x. डिफरेंस समझना, जो इसके प्रीवियस का क्वेश्चन था मैंने मॉड्यूलस पहले लिखा था x और नीचे cos x लिखा था. क्यों? Why I have done that? Because here that whole cos x was in modulus. ठीक है, पर यहाँ पे सिर्फ जो एंगल है sin x, so that is in modulus. So here I have written like this way. Why I have written like this way? Because we must get here, if you see p of g of x, so p of g of x you get, then see whenever you are writing like this, suppose you have confusion, ठीक है, तो आप मेरी बात को ध्यान से सुनना. अगर आपको अभी भी कंफ्यूजन लग रहा है कि p of g of x कैसे लिखते हैं, ठीक है, तो p of x क्या है, sin x, तो sin लिख दो, x मत लिखो, ठीक है. x कौन सा लिखो आप, ये वाला मॉड्यूलस वाला, ये फंक्शन मिल गया ना. So now you check whether p of x is continuous. Yes, sin x is continuous and modulus x is also continuous. So here you have to write the reason. Therefore, g of x is a continuous function for all real numbers, and p of x is equal to sin x, that is continuous for all the values of g of x. Therefore, p of g of x is equal to sin modulus x, that is nothing but f of x. Therefore, it is continuous. Clear? Therefore, it is continuous function. Now, 34th question. Question number 34. F of x is equal to modulus x minus modulus x plus 1. Question number 34. We have modulus x minus 34. F of x is equal to modulus x minus x plus 1. We have to check whether, yes, not we have to check, we have to find all the points of discontinuity. Now we have to find all the points of discontinuity. चलो तो कैसे फाइंड करेंगे all the points of discontinuity? आपको क्या लग रहा है कि ये फंक्शन कौन से पॉइंट पर डिसकंटिन्यूअस होगा? देखो इसको ऐसा नहीं कर सकते मॉड्यूलस x माइनस मॉड्यूलस x प्लस मॉड्यूलस 1 को x को कैंसिल नहीं कर सकते. What we can do? We can separate f of x is equal to, इसे एक फंक्शन लेते हैं that is g of x और इसे लेते हैं that is, नहीं इसे लेते हैं p of x और इसे लेते हैं p of x. Anyways, right now what we are going to do, that is now we are going to put the value, that is let this be p of x and let this be g of x. ठीक है. Now listen, p of x is what? Modulus x. G of x is what? Modulus x plus 1. These both are continuous, right? Modulus x is continuous. Modulus x plus 1 is also continuous. So if you subtract both continuous functions, then you are going to get continuous function. Nothing. That's it. That is our answer. Okay. How you are going to write in the exam? So here you have to take let p of x is equal to modulus x and let g of x is equal to modulus x plus 1. Now you know that if p of x is continuous and if g of x is also continuous, and if you subtract p of x minus g of x, that is also continuous function. So now therefore f of x is a continuous function. Clear? Therefore, f of x is a continuous function. Clear? So, whatever the things that we have done, I hope it is clear with you. So, in my next video, if everyone is clear about the continuity, then we will move with the differentiability. Right? If everyone is clear with this continuity, then in my next video we will be moving about differentiability and that p of g of x अगर आपको कुछ में कंफ्यूजन लग रहा है तो मैं उसके लिए I will explain one more time that if anyone is not able to understand then you let me know. Clear? So I hope so whatever is covered till now is clear with everyone, right? If anyone is having any confusion then you know that you can contact me through WhatsApp, right? So I will just give you the answer over there. So clear till here? Now in my next video we will start with the differentiability. If your everything in this whatever is done here it is understood. I know some of the questions are not covered, so that all the questions you will try on your own. ठीक है? And अगर आपको कुछ confusion लगता है वो questions में तो you can contact me because everything will be clear only because हमने सारे concepts कर लिए हैं, everything we have done. So I hope so that everyone will be able to understand and everyone will be able to do the sums on their own. And if the questions which are not covered over here and if you are finding any difficulty then you can let me know. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much.